let's talk about the technology. You can't have technology without talking about the people that use that technology. So, your systems are only as secure as the people working within them, right? So in addition to securing your technology, you need to invest in educating all of the company users on proper security behaviors, right? These are just some points here that we've got highlighted, which show some of the key things that you need to be looking at from a user perspective or a people perspective, right? Is there an established process for revoking access for terminated users? Like, I've seen that a number of times where, they say, the guys let us know, then the HR department tells us, and then, all these people get involved to disable. All of a sudden, that user account stays dormant for weeks, months, with full access, right? So if that was to get compromised, no one would even know that that's happened potentially, right, for an extended period of time. Have you educated board members, on security responsibilities and report to them regularly? Super important, right? And the board needs to understand that they are, very much accountable for the security posture within across your business. They need to understand what the risks are and what the plan is to look to remediate them. Is there a training, an awareness training around cybersecurity behaviours that's in place? That's occurring regularly every 3 to 6 months. This one's probably the most important. I always tell customers, if you don't have something in place, we need to get something in place now, because generally speaking, your people are your first line of defense against most cyber attacks. If you can prevent users from doing silly things or clicking on, suspicious emails or going to dodgy websites and clicking on it, not being aware, right? That's where you can probably stop the majority of potential cyber attacks and breaches. So it's super important there to get something in place. And there's plenty of training and awareness capabilities out there with various vendors and organizations. Ensure that you've got regular updates and you're regularly updating your passwords. Obviously, that makes sense, but should be a given. That's an ongoing every 30, 60, 90 days, whatever your policy needs to be within your organization, as well as the complexity. Limit the use of shared accounts amongst users. Have an established process for onboarding new users. Check employee addresses for evidence that they may be involved in breaches can also be something that is really good to look at. The last one, it really almost ties back into the documentation piece, which is around understand who within your organization is handling sensitive data, and have them train on appropriate practices, right? Super important, right? Because you need to know who has access to that sensitive information, and they need to know what's the best way to handle that information.